You said it rather definitively. This is your last fight. Can you clear this up for us? Is this fight on April 23rd your final fight?
This is the final countdown of the Gypsy King. Hollywood awaits.
This is your retirement fight?
This is my retirement fight. 100,000 people at Wembley. All British world title fight. Return of the Mac after 4 years back to the UK. This is it, going out on a high. Retiring on top. 2-time world heavyweight champion. And I've made 8 defenses of the lineal championship. Never to lose a fight. To go down as only the 2nd heavyweight in history to ever retire unbeaten. Me and Rocky Marciano. Does it get any better than that? The lineal heavyweight champion of the world.
I would be remiss if I then don't ask you the question that I think all the MMA fans want to know the answer to.
Oh, yeah. Don't class that as a real boxing fight.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so that one doesn't count.
No, because that's not a boxing fight. That's going to be a special fight.
Okay.
Now that will be in a cage in 4-ounce gloves.
And that's you and Francis Ngannou.
In Las Vegas at the Raiders Stadium.
You and Francis Ngannou.
Yes.
Have you been following his story with the UFC?
Yes, I hear he's in a bit of trouble and he's got a bit of beef going on with the UFC and he's sitting the season out.
So he made, I don't know if you know, he made $650,000 for his last title defense. Title defense, $650 back in January. Your guy, Dillian White, $8 million. You, $32 million. Does that blow your mind when you hear those numbers, that the heavyweight champion of the UFC is making $650,000?
You know what it is? I'm appreciative for every fight purse I ever had. It hasn't always been 30 million, 20 million, 25 million, 32 million for me. That's mega money. That's unbelievable money, yeah? But I remember when I fought Vladimir Klitschko, 11 years reigning undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, and I got $1.1 million for it. So I've been there. I've boxed for $2,000 before. I boxed Steve Cunningham in a world title eliminator, Michael Buffer, top Madison Square Garden. I made $10,000. So I know what it's like to make fuck all for fights. I've been there plenty of times. So you can never look at what the next man's making. I can't look at somebody else. I can't look at Donald Trump and say, oh, that guy's making hundreds of millions. I want that. I can only make what I'm capable of making, and I've got to be happy with that. So my father always told me that £1 of my own is worth 50 of somebody else's because I worked for it. So if he's getting $650,000 that he's worked hard for, then fair play, own it. That's his money, cold hard cash in his pocket. He can't look at what somebody else is making. He can't look at what Conor McGregor's making or the Gypsy King or anybody else, Floyd Mayweather. He's got to be happy with what he's doing. And his time will come to make some good money. And I will offer him a big purse as well. Of course I will.
So he is going under the knife. He's having knee surgery March 14th, and his contract with the UFC is up at the end of this year. Is it possible, he recovers beginning of this year, the timing works out that, first quarter of 2023, we see this fight between you and him in Las Vegas, as you just said?
Very possible. Very possible. I will have retired from competitive championship boxing, and I'll be ready to do the crossover fights completely. He won't be the UFC heavyweight champion anymore. Right. I won't be the WBC heavyweight champion anymore, but I will still be the lineal heavyweight champion because they can't take that from me because I'm the man who beat the man. Going back to John L. Sullivan, that's 1898, right. Standing right here at 6'9" from Henderson, Nevada, USA, the Gypsy King.
I love it. But you said fights there in plural, Tyson. You said, so you're looking for a few of these special fights.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see what's available. We've got Francis Ngannou. He's a big guy, big dangerous guy. Mm-hmm. And I'd love to see people going, oh, it's not a fair fight in 10-ounce gloves. And I make that be correct. It wouldn't be a fair fight in 10-ounce gloves. Because like Cormier said recently, DC, he said, Francis Ngannou is a much cruder version of Deontay Wilder. And we all know what happened there. Mm-hmm. So I think if we do it in 4-ounce gloves, then they have a bit more chance of knocking me out. But then again, I have a bit more chance of knocking them out also. So it makes for an exciting fight. And I will try to come in at my heaviest for that fight. Try to come in over 300 pounds.
Why?
Just to nail him to the canvas with one solid punch.
Okay, fair enough. And why a cage and not a ring?
It doesn't make it fair. In a boxing ring is my home. It's like fighting a shark in the Atlantic Ocean. Not fair. So I got to come out of my comfort zone and do something else what I'm not used to.
But to be clear, it would be boxing rules, right?
Yeah, it'd be stand-up punching rules.
Okay. Wow. Have there been any talks about this yet?
Not yet. I've got Dylan White to deal with, and I will never overlook any opponent, even if he's had 20 fights and lost them all. I give all these opponents the respect they deserve, because every time they come to fight me is their world title fight. Mm-hmm. They all want my scalp, and I'm not giving it to anybody, because I train hard, I dedicate, I sacrifice, I put everything in right, so that doesn't happen. So when I get through this fight, which I'm concentrating on at the moment, we will deal with whatever's going to happen next.